next bout of the evening. An MMA A class, three-minute rounds, 70 kilos. All the way from Rochdale, Karl Fletcher!
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy QOTV, and I'm back with another video today, man. I'm back with another lit video, a little banger, lit reaction video, whatever you want to call it, man. What's up with y'all, man? I'm back, man. I'm back with another one. I know you ain't seen me in a while, man. You feel me? But I'm just taking care of this business, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here. And for the new, you know, man. This one, shit.
Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than a Beatles. Voice shit running on diesel, dog. Playing with my head, this shit is lethal, dog. Don Corleone. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they know me, dog. Don't just say it now, you gotta show me. Bring the clip back, empties. Yeah, I see the ball, so they sent me, dog. I just broke her off with a template, dog. There ain't nothing, I'm just being friendly, dog.
Clean as hell.
Just to blow it in a mall doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't gonna play a ball, but it's all in the length. I'm
gonna get a race.
And his opponent, fighting out of Sheffield, Luke James. Fletcher in the blue corner, James in the red corner. Let's go!
We are back on GPUK 39 from Stoke-on-Trent. In the blue corner we have Karl Fletcher. In the red corner we have Luke James. Karl fighting out of SBG Rochdale. Luke James fighting out of Sheffield Street Fighters. Fantastic team name, Hadouken. Fletcher looks very, very confident on the hands. I like his movement. Ooh, very loose.
Kick. Straight in the body lock is James.
Yeah, Karl defending it nicely for the moment. It's not too much of a difficult situation here. Now, we are in the A class at 70 kilos, so there is going to be head strikes from this point onwards.
So James needs to be looking to get his hands together, but Fletcher's doing a really good job of hand fighting at the minute.
I think the hand fight game is something that, especially in this clinch against the cage, massively underutilised.
He's got the hands together. He's going to look to peel the leg away from the fence
Fletcher
and turn him
pummeling
away.
for his underhook. He's doing the right thing here.
That's only a weak underhook though. Or he's leg over it.
I don't think it matters too much really, as long as he's got it. Currently, he's got that whizzer in nicely. Now, James wants to be careful he doesn't tire himself out too much. He doesn't appear to be at the moment. He is leaning in quite nicely to keep the weight on there.
Fine with the cage where being the aggressor is definitely the more tiring out of the two positions.
100%. It's very, very hard to keep your weight on your opponent.
Nice takedown there from James.
Good takedown, but he has only solidified guard from this. Fletcher back to full guard now.
Maybe looking to walk up the fence.
He's controlling the hands nicely.
James adding some ground and pound now from the top position.
Yeah, this is the problem with the A-class. There is going to be head strikes here.
And he's got the pass from it. See, the ground and pound can force guys to panic from the bottom position as well. Maybe give passes away and mounts away where you wouldn't normally give it away.
Yeah, you know, it is a different aspect to that which you would get in say, a BJJ tournament, which is understandable. You know, the strikes involved in this. Combat Jiu-Jitsu is trying to be that middleman at the moment, but still some development going on there. There isn't too much action going on here. Fletcher's doing well to keep safe, but equally James isn't exerting too much energy to try and land strikes at the moment.
See, if I was James here, I'd just be getting my breather, to be fair. Obviously not letting him walk up the fence, but regain a bit of composure and think about what's the best thing to do.
This would be where I'd be trying to get a advanced position, really solidify the round for myself in the judge's eyes.
He might be though. Ground and pound, and he's forcing him to the turtle.
He's got a nice lock on the body.
One hook, you got to be careful he doesn't fall off. Yeah.
See, this is the problem with committing two arms and one hook.
He's going for the armbar. He's feeding under that leg. Nope.
I would watch my neck if I was him. I've seen one power guillotine tonight. Every chance we could see another.
Back to that clinch.
First round come to end there. Good first round from both fighters. Defensively, Fletcher was doing all the right things when held against the cage. James obviously got the takedown, narrowly missed taking the back there. Fantastic reversal by Fletcher.
I'd score the round for James.
I wouldn't like to say who I'd score it for. I wouldn't be able to put myself out there like that.
If I was Fletcher now, maybe I wouldn't be so confident and relaxed going into this round, and maybe attempt to keep the range a little bit more if I want to keep it standing.
Look, I don't think there's anything personally wrong with being too confident. You know, he's demonstrated he's got some hands about him.
Oh, and that head kick was flush, but...
Yeah, of course. So I totally agree on what you're saying and keeping the range. Just a matter of making sure he does that in the correct manner. Stuff the takedown, hit a nice hard sprawl. Maybe see if he can trouble James by getting in top position.
Wonder what each of the corners are saying to their fighters now going to this second round.
I am very interested to know what Sheffield Street Fighters said.
Down, cross, square.
Got to love a Street Fighter reference. I actually think it's a fantastic team name.
Very much so.
Second round underway here. Nice touch of gloves. Again, Fletcher coming out very confident. I like that. Good head movement. Nice low kick.
He's definitely come out with more wits about him now.
Yeah, hands a little bit higher this time.
Very much so. You can see it in his eyes a little bit now. He's taking it more seriously. He's in the fight now.
It is Fletcher's debut, if anybody at home was interested. This is Luke James' second fight. He is 1-0 at the moment.
Straight back into the clinch against the fence.
I think Luke's kind of, said what his game is here. He's laid his cards on the table. He is looking to get this fight to the ground.
That's a crafty little takedown there. He's grabbing on the inside of the leg. Not many guys do that.
A little bit dangerous, that's why. It does leave the arm in there, and if someone's savvy to it, they could have hit a triangle on the way down. But it's not often that you see it, so...
Pays off.
Now this is a difficult position to be in, the head against the cage. It's not one that I particularly like to be in. If James could advance his position to something like a half guard potentially, this could be a very, very volatile position. Or he could even go Khabib style with a low mount and a wrap.
Maybe a leg lock from this position. Armbar.
I would have been looking for the omoplata, and it looks like he is.
He managed to slide out of it. Could pass off this attempt now.
It's going to be hard to start locking up submissions now. Second round, both fighters are a little bit more sweaty. It is hard to get those grips.
I think James is ticking all the boxes at the moment. He's just keeping the fight where he wants it to be.
Look, it's an effective method of doing what you want to do.
sitting on somebody.
It's not personally something I'm a fan of.
John Fitchin.
Yeah, John Fitchin. Old school George St. Pierre. Now, like I was saying, from this position, this is quite a useful half-guard position to have in MMA. If you're going to keep somebody against the fence, you can post with one hand and then lay down strikes with the other.
So this position now is the leg drag position, but sometimes we call it the power angle position as well.
Wow.
You get the idea there.
Yeah, I totally understand. Brilliant.
It's a weird halfway position a little bit because for this guy to defend, he almost has to give up the side control.
Yeah.
But if he leaves the leg in like that, he's at risk
There is a knee bar option
yeah,
there.
if he keeps the leg on the inside.
An assortment of leg locks that you could get from that variation. It's very difficult to get your hips up to elevate to collect the knee though. Fletcher's going to need to do some serious work to get standing here.
He needs to start walking himself up that fence. I know it's difficult, but he's not doing much on the bottom position here.
It's nice to see him throwing strikes from the bottom, but unfortunately they don't count for as much. I would definitely know that. Another solid round there.
Another solid round. Third round now. I wonder what each fighter's game plan is going to be.
Got to believe that Fletcher's going to come out hard, looking to take James's head clean off. James, I'm expecting to see more of the same. Yeah, another takedown, solidify control, and just pat some shots in.
Time of a life.
You know, it's nice that people can come out and have a good evening. Looking over at James's corner, he does look like he's more relaxed at the moment. You know, some might have perceived him as nervous coming into. Yeah,
he's got to know a little bit.
Some might have perceived him as nervous on his walk-in, which is understandable.
He's fighting from a big team. He's fighting against somebody from a big team, so
and he is fighting, and that's always the key. He does also look the more in shape of the fighters, but is that because he hasn't exerted as much by having top position?
And another thing as well, when you get a little older as well, you get a little bit more physical, a little bit more man strength about you.
Yeah, that old man strength. He is 27. Fletcher only 21 years old. To be 21 again.
Yeah. Let's say you don't actually get your full-on man strength through till you're around 25. Back in that clinch position. He's got the leg as well.
He's laid his cards on the table, and unfortunately, he's doing what he's meant to do, which is letting Fletcher figure out a way to defend it.
This is MMA. Big double leg attempt. He's got it. But he still hasn't flattened him out against the fence. He could walk up the fence. I wouldn't be clutching onto that neck there.
He may have a fantastic guillotine, something that he works very well.
McKenzie told him.
I personally don't have that good guillotines, so it's not something I would do. But I totally agree. You know, he does look to need to get back to his feet here.
He's looking to get up.
It seems to me that there's a problem with urgency at the moment. There seems to be very little urgency for the situation.
He looks very composed, but you just don't know how much gas is in the tank, in all honesty. He doesn't maybe want to explode up to his feet to be absolutely knackered.
But this is the third round. You know, if you're going to put it in at any time, surely it's now. He is going to get back to his feet here. Fantastic work getting back to his feet. Now he needs to pummel for that underhook.
Going for the Uchimata. And he hasn't got it. Another double leg attempt.
It surprises me that he would look to take that back to the ground using an Uchimata again. Using an Uchimata to put himself on the ground.
Still grasping onto that guillotine choke.
That guillotine does look a little bit tighter this time. And he is looking...
He's on the wrong side.
Now James could end up with a Von Flue choke from here. It's not something I see all that
he might be going for it, you know. No, he's going for the mat. Oh, see,
he stepped back into mount and almost gave up his head. But
yes. So that's a dodgy one, that is, trying to get into mount while you're being guillotined.
I think it's difficult. If you have your head to the side and your ear is pressed to the lat, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're close to the nipple and the chest, then maybe. Now, this is mount, which we were discussing. Now that it is A-class, there is headshots allowed.
And this is what A-class does to you.
Now, forever comes the argument of intelligent defense, and this is looking like a fantastic sweep. Fantastic work by Fletcher. Back to his feet.
Very good work from James as well to manage to recognise he could potentially get swept onto the bottom position and manage to scramble back up to get him against the fence.
Yeah, of course.
That was really intelligent. You know what, give him props for that. That was intelligence. Good 3 rounds there.
Quality 3 rounds by both fighters.
Sorry, darling. Fletcher looks a little disappointed. I think he might already know the outcome.
Like I said it earlier in the night, somebody has to unfortunately come second in these situations, and it's understandable there is only 2 competitors at any one time. I don't think it's ever anything to be knocked by. You can be frustrated in yourself, and that's understandable, but this is why we're here. We're here to learn. We're here to learn to get better at what we do.
We all want to be winners.
Everybody's got a loss on their record at some stage.
Between horse 2 winners.
Over to the scorecard for the decision.
And the winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, Luke James.
That was a good win, that was. First win for the red corner tonight.
It is. Luke James taking home the W there.
Maybe a turn of the tides.
Well done to Sheffield Street Fighters. Shoot Fighters. It says Shoot Fighters. That's the problem.
Oh, God.